I've watched 2 or 3 videos recently from some people I follow, and they all were fishing a shad spawn out on the lake, and some of them in a tournament. And I think one of them was a fluke master, and he won a tournament. And it's just now June, so this last few weeks, I guess, is like the time where the shad start to spawn. And it sounds awesome. I don't think I've ever been out on the water and like seen a shad like spawning and been able to fish it, but supposedly like the shad go crazy and the bass just come in and like, you know, gorge on them. Now I have come across this thing called a bug bite in creeks, and it's this thing where creeks and small streams where fish of all species will sit in these holes and wait for bugs to fall in and then just attack them. And it'll last about, all summer. And I don't know if it's called a bug bite, I just made that up. But that's what fish do. They love eating bugs, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna go to some of these small creeks where fish they'll eat anything that falls in. And I got a couple lures to throw in, like little topwater bug lures. And I think they're gonna smash them. All right, looks like a perfect day. It's hot, it's gonna be 90 degrees. You can see how the leaves already grown, the grass has grown, the bugs are gonna be all over the place. I got a little bumblebug, and it just looks a little like bee looking bug thing that it's gonna fall in the water, and fish are gonna just swarm to it like those shiners are. Oh, come on. Yeah, there it is. I missed the first one. Had a fish come and hit it, and the second guy came and hit it, and we got a shiner. I think the first one was a little bass though. He came and kind of picked out really fast. One fish down. Yeah, there it is, there it is. That's a nice little bass. I saw him come up and look at it. I twitched it and he ate it. Stay on there, little guy. These things do have small hooks. That's why I'm using a light action fish hawk rod, actually. 4-pound line, so I don't jerk real hard. Ooh, just a little coosa bass. Ate that little bee. These guys they're always trying to eat everything they can eat in here. All right, we're going to it's a black cricket. I think that's the color, or what it's called on that one. The black cricket crick hopper. Go. There you go. I knew one of these fish had to commit to it. Couldn't really get that bass to respond to it, but I threw back down where these sunfish were. Fat little red breast, dude. I think it's very fat. He couldn't resist it. I'll just kind of roll in the little crick hopper really slow, and he just kind of came up and took his time. They came up and hit it. That's what's fun to watch them, especially in this clear water. You get to watch them react to the lure. So I'll throw the lure in there, and they come swarming up to it. They stop. They look at it, then they like peck it, and sometimes they just hammer right away. I'm gonna hit another spot. Not a lot of room here, but get a few casts in, I think. The water is really low. Can't believe how low it is. We had some rain not too long ago. Oh, yep. Come on, come on. Yeah! Oh! How'd I miss that guy? Come back for it again? Where'd he go? I saw him for a second. I saw this bass come out, hit it, and then it came me off. Oh, and there's my first snake encounter. I kind of expected it to be a sooner. He's over here sitting in the water, probably waiting for a bug or a fish himself. think it's got a small head. Probably a diamondback water snake, I think that's what they are. There's so many of those out here. Just sitting there doing his thing. Wow, that's a cool looking turtle. They got a weird head on him. Is that one of them musk turtles? I'll pick up a turtle. They get way up in there. I'm not brave enough to pick up a snake for no reason, but I wish it had came out. But it had a big old head on him that it wasn't used to, but it's cool to see him crawl along the bottom. It's cool to see these little waterfalls too. I didn't know there was like little drops to it. Kind of little mini waterfalls. Great snake habitat area. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh. I keep swiping at it. There we go. I gotta let these guys hook themselves. I think I'm moving it too fast. Got a bunch of hits that I'm not hooked up on. Wow, that's a nice redbreast. Kind of got to let them just go ahead and commit all the way to it. Really don't have to jerk. I'm trying to jerk and like set the hook on them, but I think that's why I missed several. They just got to bite it. If they get it, they'll get hooked. It's a nice size, nice colorful creek fish, redbreast. I don't know, you probably can't see them. There's all kinds of fish right through here. I don't know what those are. There's different ones, chubs and shiners, I think. I'm gonna just kind of get to the trees as far as I'm gonna go, but as I get up that way, there should be more fish. I was just getting out of the bank. I looked down and saw something move. See if you can see it. Where's it at? Look at that. There's a crawdad in a crawdad hole. I usually never see them in the holes. Man, there's a bunch of sunfish through here that were just barely pecking at this lure. And I'm gonna try one more thing before I leave this section, just because I know there's so much fish. I'm gonna try something else. Let me see if I have it in my truck. There we go. That's that fish. That's the fish that I was getting hits from. That's a bluegill. There's like a couple ledges over here I was watching them fish hide under. I think if I cast over and let it sink down in there, they'll come out and hit it. Oh, yeah, that dude hammered it. This is right where all those fish were hanging out. I didn't realize they were bluegill. I'm not sure what other fish are in here. And I don't know where the bass are. So this right here is a new lure the Bobby Garland's coming out with. It's called a mayfly. It's basically, it's really similar to their, Bobby Garland was a baby shad, but stick some little wings on it, turn it into a little creature. And when it's sinking in the water, I know these fish are gonna have a hard time turning it down. Oh, there's some fish right under this ledge right beside me to my left. Let me let the lure drop down in front of it. Yes! That was cool. That was cool. I saw them. There's a ledge. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to show it to you. But there's a couple ledges through here, and there's like undercuts. The fish are going up underneath them. I dropped it right in front of it, like kind of hopped it twice, and this redbreast, he just came out and hailed it. Maybe not him. Oh, there's one. Oh, I jerked too soon. That was a good fish. I set the hook like I was setting on a 10-pound bass. I thought he had it in his mouth though. I don't know why I jerked so hard. Oh, what? There's a big sunfish just devouring it, and I can't get him hooked. He bit it and spit it out. I have a pretty small hook on there, but should be no problem if I can quit tangling up my line. That is really cool to see. I'm sitting here watching them just come. Thump. All right, give me another try. One more try. Nope, nope, no. Oh, oh. Got one. Oh, nice one. Oh, it's a nice red breast. There's a bunch of them right there. There was a different one that spit it out, and then another one came and got it. Oh, man. What a difference a little lure makes. They didn't want that. I mean, I caught a couple on the crick hopper, but they weren't committing to it. And it may have been the color. I haven't had the greatest luck on that black, but dude, that thing is awesome. That's the kind of fish that have no trouble eating that little bait, and that's what they're looking for, little mayflies, little bugs to come swimming through. Ooh, I do stick. That's where they're hiding out. They got the sun's out bright. It's like 12:30. These guys are hanging up under these rocks, and the water's low. I don't know why I keep twisting up my line. The water's really low, so they gotta hide somewhere. Stick this thing back on there. I got a 1/64 ounce jig head. It's a Bobby Garland itty bit jig head. Let's see, what did I use? It's like I don't know if that's Cajun cricket. Ooh, it's like chartreuse and red specks. Let's go with that one. Okay, here's that bed that I saw earlier. I should be able to drop this lure on it. Oh yeah, he's chasing away a lot of little fish. He's got fish all over his bed. He's the only bed I've seen up in here. He's just, I think, really late. All right. I got little guys attacking it. Get off there, little guys. I need that big fish to hit it. And got him. Yes, yes. That's a good red breast. Off the bed. Oh my, that's a stud. Big old mama, I guess. We'll get it back in there. I'll try to defend her bed. I don't think she's gonna have much luck defending her bed because there's so many other fish trying to eat right now. That was cool to see. Man, that's a really good one. All right, get back in there. Oh, he's gonna go down there right now. We'll see if he goes back to his bed in a little bit. That was cool. I watched that guy come out of a tree. I cast it right on the edge of that tree. Comes out, grabs it, just tries to swim back into the tree with it. Little bluegill. These are came back to where I was throwing the crick hopper earlier. I came here and was throwing the crick hopper. And all these fish would follow the crick hopper and they'd bite at it. Sometimes, you know, this right here, this bait lets them kind of really, you know, soft plastic lets them grab it a little bit better. Sometimes it works better, sometimes the other ones work better. Gotcha. And there's a green sunfish. Okay, I think we can say we completed our mission now. Little green sunfish, chubby as always. Can I get a, I gotcha. Man, there's a whole bunch of them right in front of me. Bluegill. They're like stacked up on the edge of this like brush right here. It's like a foot deep. I watched a couple little ones bite at it, then I just watched this one like inhale the whole thing. So if the bugs are biting you, then the fish are biting the bugs. I don't know. But basically, I don't know if there's such a thing as a bug bite, but there's like all these different bites that you get on. There's, you know, different hatches and all these things. And basically in creeks, there's always something hatching or getting blown out of trees, out of the bushes. Later in the year, when the grass gets a little drier, that's when the grasshoppers really, you know, when they really go crazy, that's when it's really fun to throw, especially like little topwater and little crick hoppers. But they work now, and the fish just want something to come in their zone and eat it. Just something that looks like something they would eat, little creature, any kind of little creature. So I get asked a lot, like, I've done a few videos like what's my favorite, you know, creek fishing lures, or, you know, what do I use for creek fishing, and just go to the crappie section, go to the bass section, go to whatever section until there's a creek section, which hopefully one day, and just look for any kind of little creature bait, you know, anything that looks, you know, 1, 2, 3 inches. You know, what are you going for? You're going for bluegill, and maybe, you know, maybe you're 1 inch or down, and, you know, crappie lures work usually pretty good, but any kind of little thing that looks like a little creature, looks like something that's going to fall in the water. And I love really light jig heads from 1/64 and maybe 1/32 ounce. You know, if today I was fishing like 2 foot of water, the deep holes, something real light to drop in there really slow. They love to hit it on the fall. A couple of them are hitting it on the bottom over here. I was watching them. But yeah, basically the bug bite lasts all summer. As soon as the bugs are out, the fish are eating them, and it's fun to get on them. Especially when the fish is more active and active. And today it got up to like 90. These fish are fired up. Some of them were just hammering it. Some had, you know, some I had to kind of get down underneath the ledges, because there was the bigger ones are a little smarter. The little ones were just all over the place hammering fish. I don't know where the bass were. The bass used to be in this creek. I only fished a small area of it. Kind of went through with the crick hopper, and I saw the fish though. I came back with that little, the little bobby garland. It's more of a crappie lure, the mayfly. And dude, the red breasts, they were really stocky, and it's fun to kind of get on those fish when it's easy to miss those. I could be coming through here with only bass lures and not even catching those fish. And it's definitely easy to pass up some really fun fishing. Ultralight rod, 4-pound line, you know, 1/64 ounce jig head, and a tiny little lure, or some little micro crankbaits or little micro lures, and mess around with them, see how the fish act to them, and then figure out what they want. Oh, is that I thought that right there was my example, but that's not a bug. That's what is that? Oh, just a weed, but that's just how like little caterpillars and stuff fall in the water, and that's why the fish will hang out, you know, under these kind of things. You cast in right there, and it's fun to just see them come out of there. You're like, whoa, I didn't know that guy was in there. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Had a fun time. It only took me, you know, 2.5 hours to mess around, hit a couple spots, ended up catching a bunch of fish.